Patty.
Hey.
Patty. So we were chopping it up for the last 15 minutes and I learned a lot about you, but I'm still going to do it organically, right?
Yes.
So you're from Canada, moved to Miami, 12 years ago?
Correct.
You said opportunity brought you here too as well, right? Kind of like you wanted to come over here, change it up. Why? How did it start?
So when I was 15 years old, I picked up golf. I really got good at it really quickly and was able to get a golf scholarship down to Miami. So that's what brought me here. And that's kind of what kept me here. The weather, the opportunities. And honestly, within the first few months of me moving down here, I was meeting crazy people that know people, getting invited to really good parties and just crazy networking opportunities. So when school didn't really work out the way I wanted it, I still stayed and hustled and met a lot of great people, started developing a brand, and that's why I'm here today.
Well, let me ask you this, because I was checking your profile and it's a lot of golf, right? A lot of golf stuff too as well. And I'm seeing where a lot of how do you say it? Like a lot of content that's like not sexualizing, but like it's how do I say it? It's like you're putting like your body out there on the content, but it's cool because it gets engagement, but also too it's like you're switching up because you're making skits out of it.
Yeah, so I am currently going through a huge rebranding. When I started my social media, I was known as a swinger, lifestyle swinger with my husband, and we were doing OnlyFans content. So that was a big thing, and that's kind of what brought me onto like the stage of social media and getting well known. And then as things unfolded, as I grew up, pretty much, I decided that's no longer for me. And now I'm going back to my roots of golf. So that's kind of where like I'm still that like sexy personality, but bringing back to the fact that I'm a really good golfer too. So I'm really excited to kind of work through that path and grow as a golfer, as a content creator as well. And yeah, I mean, I'm closing the door on OnlyFans by the end of this year, fully done, and just gonna go full throttle on golf content, YouTube content, collabs, and just kind of getting out there and doing what I love.
I like this because OnlyFans is looked down upon, but I feel like actually it's a great way to learn business. Right?
It is. Oh yeah. I mean, it definitely is, especially in like the content sphere. Being disciplined, because it is at the end of the day still sales. You have to, with sales, you always have to keep grinding to sell the next thing, sell the next video, sell the next subscription, whatever the case may be. And it develops a lot of different marketing experiences and all of that stuff that you can apply to any business or any type of content and so forth.
Do you think someone or yourself too as well can make the same amount of money when you started right now in 2025, entering 2026?
Oh no, it's so much different now with OnlyFans. Oh my God. When I started was when it began, like right before COVID. That's when I hopped on. And that's when the whole thing kind of like grew into this big bubble of cash flow. And then there weren't many creators on OnlyFans at the time, and it was easy to kind of get all that attention onto you. But the market has been so saturated in terms of OnlyFans models and how many people are creating content that it's not as easy to make money as it used to be. So a lot of people are like, I'm just going to quit my 9 to 5 and start an OnlyFans. I'm like, well, do you have a brand? Do you have following? Because if you don't have a following and trying to just start an OnlyFans, it's going to be very, very, very tough. It's almost impossible unless you're just like creative genius.
How did you even hop on the wave before OnlyFans became OnlyFans? Because this is 2019, right? And no one knew like OnlyFans was going to be OnlyFans.
I started on Snapchat and creating content on Snapchat at first.
Okay.
And for me, it was a little more low key. I didn't want to be so forward with like a subscription and like my parents didn't know at the time either, so I wasn't trying to like put it all out there. But as my popularity grew and as like the cash flow grew, it was kind of hard to stay safe on Snapchat and
Mm.
like with the money and my content. And I felt like OnlyFans at the time they were pushing the fact that, oh, we'll have a watermark on your content. So if it's found anywhere online, we'll take it down for free. That's part of what we offer. And it was great because it was protection.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why I went on there. And then poof, like the COVID came along and everyone just started making a lot of money. Like overnight, it went from like 12,000 a month to 50, 60, 70, crazy amounts of money.
Just from COVID?
Yeah.
What?
People were just at home and bored. They wanted to see into people's lives, and that's when kind of like TikTok started like going crazy. Live streaming is now huge, and it's all because of COVID. People were sitting at home bored. They didn't know what to do with their lives, so they started watching other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of manifested to where it is today with like all these huge streamers doing 24-hour streams and kind of like really getting into people's lives.
So how long did it take you to actually blow up on OnlyFans or to start getting traction?
Back in the day, it was a lot easier to go viral. Like the algorithms were favorable to content creators, and it was just easy to get those views. So I remember from the day I started like thinking, I'm going to grow my Instagram. I got to 10K followers within 3 weeks of actually trying and using different techniques that were available at the time, which are no longer available because of all the protections that social media platforms have from spamming and stuff like that. So I got to 10K followers, and then within another month, I got to 100,000. And then on fourth, it went to all the way up to 1.4 million right now.
Are you kidding? Wow. So on OnlyFans, I don't know if you would want to say your first or you're at your peak. What was the most you were bringing in then?
6 figures a month was pretty, it was at the very beginning. And just kind of the lifestyle I was promoting with my ex-husband was kind of new, and people they didn't know about it, especially when you think of swingers. You think of older people, like older communities doing stuff like that. But me and my husband were pretty young, doing collabs with other young people. So it was very interesting and new, and that's why I was able to get a lot of eyes on me, pretty much.
Do you think bringing all that money at such a young age kind of made you go a little bit crazy?
Oh, yeah. I was not mentally prepared for any of it. And to be honest, like after, hindsight's 2020, it wasn't something I should have taken lightly, all the decisions I made that young. I wasn't emotionally aware of my repercussions of the choices I made that I'm feeling today, for example. And then, the thing that's driving you is like, first you're making a choice, which is a big deal. Like creating sexualized content and throwing it out on the internet, like that's a huge choice to make. But you also have a huge driving factor behind it that you're going to make a shit ton of money every time you do it. And when you think of it that way at such a young age, not really knowing how life works, you're like, oh, I'm unstoppable. I don't need this. I don't need that. I'll be fine because I'm seeing all this money come in. I don't see it going down anytime soon because it kept going up, 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 up. So like you're making these crazy decisions because you see money coming in. You see other girls doing similar stuff and making even more money. And then you see the managers coming in pushing you like, oh, we have this technique. And if you do this type of content, you're going to make this much money. So you have like all these pressures at a very young age to like make these crazy decisions. So I did go a little crazy, and I'm looking back at it now, and it's a very good learning opportunity and for myself and how I came out on the other side. And also I would love to help educate younger girls that are making these decisions now. Like seeing all the Bop House girls, for example, Piper Raquel, she just turned 18 and joined OnlyFans. I'm like, you're 18 creating these sexualized content and you don't even know how that is going to affect you a few years from now. Like when I finally decided to exit the industry and start making plans to exit, I didn't make smart money choices. I also went through a very, very expensive divorce, 6-figure divorce. My husband stole all my money that I made on OnlyFans. So like, I didn't make those thoughts of, oh, let me invest in my future and some type of plan and put it aside. It was nothing like that. Because it's just, I didn't have that life experience. So, I mean, now knowing that and knowing that there was not much money coming in once I started changing my brand and trying to find regular brand deals to work with me is so super hard because of the OnlyFans.
Hmm.
Finding a regular job kind of was also tough because of the OnlyFans. Dating is tough because of the OnlyFans.
Right, right.
So there's a lot of stuff you have to consider when entering this type of public life. You never think you're going to be huge until you are huge. When I went into it, I didn't think I was going to blow up. I thought I wasn't thinking I was going to get to 1 million followers and people recognizing me on the street. Like, it's crazy, but here I am and everything is so public and it's there forever.
What is that like though? Like when you're going around with family and someone saying, "Yo, I know you, Patty."
Yeah,
Like,
that's kind of the crazy part. I was kind of scared to bring my family around me, and if I were to go out, I was going to places that I feel like I wouldn't be recognized.
hmm.
But once I started changing my brand and kind of going back to the golf, I started feeling a little more proud of what I was building, and kind of the attention switched as well. People started recognizing me for my golf videos and
Hmm.
beyond the full send videos. So that kind of was an amazing mind shift. Kind of like, okay, like I'm getting recognized for the right things, for the things I want to be recognized, not for the stuff that I unfortunately kind of regret. But I mean, life is a learning lesson, so might as well use that for future purposes.
What did your parents think when they actually found out that you were doing sexual content on the internet?
Um, I I come from a very strict Polish Catholic family, and it was tough on my family, very very tough on my family. They cut me off, but they also noticed that I wasn't in an abusive relationship.
Mm.
They knew that I was acting a little bit out of character and kind of in a manipulative way. So they came around about 6 months after, when they realized that I wasn't changing and it was going down the opposite path.
Mm.
They thought like, oh, if I lose contact with my family, I'm going to rethink my life decisions. But it kind of pushed me to double down and do it harder.
Mm.
So they noticed that, and then they came back and started to redefine a relationship because we weren't that close. Like, I never felt like I can talk to my parents about anything, sex, boyfriends, life, stresses. It was just very, like, we didn't have that type of communication. So once they came back and we had to like kind of break all that mold that we had from all those years and redefining boundaries and communication skills, that honestly made my relationship with my family so much stronger, like completely different than when it ever was. And I love it so much now, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So, you know, I did those decisions and I made those decisions and stuff, but I feel it made me a better person today in terms of all my relationships and how I behave and conduct myself. Because when I was younger, I didn't have boundaries. I was a people pleaser. I was always doing whatever the person I was with wanted to do, and not really considering my self-respect, my feelings, all of that. So through a lot of therapy and just life lessons, I kind of learned to get past that with my parents.
Did you have like a family member or a close friend belittle you or look at you less, even though you were making so much money, but doing content that was immorally incorrect?
Oh yeah. I had friends who weren't even that close to me anymore come at me and say like I'm a whore, like I'm prostituting myself, and like what is this and all that. And honestly, because they weren't around for a few like years prior to that, I'm like, why should I listen to you?
Mm-hmm.
So I had friends that did speak up, and I also had friends that spoke up against my husband, that he was an abusive piece of shit and like all this. But when you're in a narcissistic relationship, it's kind of hard to listen to the outside voices because you're so deep in this love trauma bond situation that you don't want to believe it's true.
Who brought up the OnlyFans? Was it you or your ex-husband?
I was already doing a little bit of content on before I met him.
Mm.
It wasn't as crazy. Like I wasn't doing sex or doing anything like that. I was just like cute bikini photos, lingerie and stuff like that. And then my brother found out I was doing that and he was like, you got to stop. And I was like, okay, you know what? Valid. Like, I don't want my family to find out.
Mm.
I completely got off all social media. I deactivated everything because it didn't feel good. And then just a string of really shitty relationships and just being with the wrong people kind of made me feel less than.
Mm-hmm.
So when I met my husband, he made me feel like I was this sex goddess, amazing woman, like the perfect woman. I told him about like the stuff that I used to post and he was like, oh, we should do it. Like, who cares? Like, we can make so much money. Let's do this and that. And we kind of took it from 0 to 100 real quick, like real quick. And he just saw like the opportunity in it, I believe, and it kind of went along with it because I felt like I was chosen in a way, like, oh, someone sees my value finally and is treating me well. And then once he really got his claws into me and we got married, there wasn't much of a way to kind of escape is when the whole situation turned around and became a little more abusive and turned out to be pretty shitty.
At what point throughout the marriage did you see it? He wanted the money more than you. I asked that because it sounds like it.
Yeah.
And like I said, like money changes people.
Yeah.
I would want to say, right? I've never made that much amount like you've earned, you know?
Yeah.
So 6 figures a month, that's crazy.
It was wild. He was an addict, so he was addicted to sex and drugs. So when you include money into that, it kind of went crazy.
Mm.
And I kind of knew right when I got married is when the honeymoon ended. Like you'd think like, oh, we get married, then you go on the honeymoon. No, that's when everything ended.
Wow.
And he cheated on me, and that's when I knew it was all like a play. And at the time we were going through immigration process as well. And I'm like, well, I'm really stuck because if I try to like escape and divorce him, like might screw up my immigration at the time. Like, I don't like, they might think it's like some fake shit. I'm like, no, I actually really love the guy. But so it was kind of like a ploy for him. He knew that if I got married to him and I got a social security number, we could make a lot more money and join OnlyFans and get a lot more subscription money so that we can, you know, start getting all that dough. But that's like right before we got married. And then when we got married, I got the social, I started the OnlyFans, and that's just kind of when I realized it was all for that.
Let me ask you this though, because you mentioned cheating. Since you guys did, like, you guys were swingers in OnlyFans, would it be cheating? Like, how does that work? If he went with another girl, is it because he did it behind your back and didn't tell you?
So I believe in every relationship, the term cheating is dependent on what you have in boundaries within your own relationship. So some people may say like liking another girl's Instagram picture is cheating. Well, in my relationship, we had like the 10 commandments, 10 rules that we had to, like, our boundaries. And so one of them was he had to let me know or ask for permission to go sleep with another girl. Like, I would let him do it on his own, but like I needed to feel secure in the relationship. I needed to feel love if he ever wanted to go do something else with another girl. That's just how I felt at the time. And he did not abide by any of those rules. So it wasn't just one time, it was cheating the entire relationship. But I think it's because he thought it was so open. He looked at it as like, oh, well, we're doing it anyways. Who cares if she doesn't know? Like, because it's just so open and everything is kind of like a free for all. And I think that's why his mind kind of was like, whatever. But who knows why people do what they do unless you're really in their brain.
Did you ever go and sleep around with another person then? Like, you did what he did to you, and how did he react if you did?
So he wanted me to. Like, he wanted me to go behind his back. Like, it was a turn on for him.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
interesting, but you know, people have that fetish. No, yeah.
So, and the one time I did it, he actually got mad at me, which was funny. I'm like, this is what you wanted. Like, I'm doing this to please you. Like, what? But then at the end, he turned it into something he enjoyed. But that was never in me. Like, I did what I did because I was a very big people pleaser. I loved him. I was in a like trauma bond, excuse me. But so it wasn't in me to do that. Like he would want me to go find dudes on Tinder and other dating apps. And I'm like, I don't want to. Like, that's not what I want. I want to be with you. That's not really what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of how our relationship was throughout the whole time.
Was there any big collaborations now known OnlyFans or, you know, people venture off? Any big at that time OnlyFans collaborations you did within other people?
Oh yeah, I worked with some big influencers. Tucci Cash, she's really well known in the in the OnlyFans space. I did collab with some porn stars as well, but I wish I never did, honestly. I wish I kept it like to the smaller creators because I feel like the bigger ones have less respect for the content and what like someone does to create that content. Because they have so much porn and so much stuff out there, it's nothing to them. But like whenever I did collab with any porn star, I was like, hey, like let's just keep it on OnlyFans. I don't want it to be on any tube site or any other site than OnlyFans. And you know, they're like, yeah, sure, of course. But then after those collaborations, they were ending up on all those websites without my permission. And that kind of like really sucked because that's not what we agreed upon. So I preferred collabing with the smaller creators, but the big ones are there.
What is the difference between the OnlyFans and then a porn star? Because essentially, I mean, yeah, essentially you guys are still having sex with other people, right? How would you see it in your
So
field?
like porn stars, strictly porn stars are like industry people that work for specific companies. Like there's Brazzers, there's Black, there's all these different porn companies, that production companies pretty much. So they get paid not per view or not for how many people buy that video or see that video. They're paid by the hour pretty much. Like you get paid a couple $1,000s to film that scene.
They get screwed over.
Exactly. They get they get screwed over. I mean, in some cases, some people like it that way. It's quick money. It's upfront. They know what they're going to make the second they make that video. And it works for some people, but for OnlyFans, it's not really, for the most part, it's not run by a production company. You are your own boss in a way, unless you are signed to a management company, which I do call them the modern day pimps of social media, like, and kind of sex work too. I hate the people that are in this industry. So so that's kind of the difference. And also on OnlyFans, you can literally not do any nudity or any sexual content and still make a lot of money, or do the most and make a lot of money. So it's very wide what you can use OnlyFans for. And now they're also rebranding and doing content with athletes and kind of making it more mainstream and more PG. They started an app called OFTV, which is kind of YouTube style content for OnlyFans creators. Because if you're an OnlyFans creator, especially with all the new regulations on all these apps, you get censored like crazy. You can't mention OnlyFans. You can't mention link in bio. You can't do all of that. It completely will censor your entire content. And the way to make money on OnlyFans is driving traffic to your OnlyFans. So that's why they started something called OnlyFans TV, where they're actually paying for an app in the App Store and different ads to push these creators in different ways. That is very PG, like super PG.
Wow. Has there been any like beef in OnlyFans? Like you and another creator, like, I'm going to up you. I'm going to do this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, not with me personally, but I've seen another big creator who is a born again Christian. She quit. Her name is Nala Ray. She was the top OnlyFans creator, making millions on there, to now talking about Jesus Christ and all that. She and she talks about it in a podcast, and I was kind of witnessing it firsthand when it happened. Our manager encouraged her to start beef with another big OnlyFans creator that kind of has a similar look, and say that she slept with her boyfriend and like DM'd all of her followers that, oh, I slept with so-and-so's boyfriend. I have the video on my OnlyFans. Go subscribe. And this is another creator that was making millions. So there's a lot of tools that people have come up with to kind of mass follow, mass DM, mass like, mass do all these mass stuff so that like people are getting all these DMs and starting shit. So that was like there's definitely drama in the industry, but I'd like to stay away from that. And especially like once I got away from my husband and started the divorce process and my healing, I realized that this wasn't where I wanted to end up in, and I didn't really want to fully pursue the OnlyFans career. And honestly, the type of people that are in that community are pretty shitty. I'm not gonna lie. I've met some really great girls, don't get me wrong.
Any good girls you could mention?
Oh yeah, my best friend, that boosted chick, Sammy Gashi, she's an A1, like from day one. Love her. Sarita, Net TV Dud, another great girl I met early on in my OnlyFans career. Like a lot of great girls, but there's a lot of troubled girls and really shitty people that are in this industry that are pretty much just very selfish and will do anything to kind of climb up the ladder to be the best or the more followers or the more likes or even looking like the best in the manager's eyes. Because if you're on the manager's good side, they will give you more opportunities. They'll give you more promo. They'll give you more like more money, gifts and all this stuff. So all these girls are just being very selfish and kind of like walking over other girls just to kind of one up. It's really like it's
so
really negative. No, it is. I had one girl who I thought was my friend literally throw me and my friend Sammy under the bus for, like, to our manager just to get a green card. Like,
what?
Yeah, that's kind of the shit that happens behind the scenes.
As what's it called? So now going into the dark scene of OnlyFans, because like people have to be aware of this, right? Has there been like any scandals that you know of with you or another story of another big creator?
Oh my gosh. So there isn't an OnlyFans creator out there that hasn't been scammed by a manager or their boyfriend in any type of like money way, because it just attracts a lot of shitty people. Sex, fast money, drugs, that's all kind of that ties in that like sphere. So it doesn't bring out the best in people. So there's a lot of scams, like crypto scams, these managements taking 50 to 80% of your income. Like that is not right. Saying that, oh yeah, we're going to reinvest into promo and do this and do that. We're going to create all these Instagram pages for you and throw all your content from this page to that page and promising you the world. And it sounds so fucking great. And they'll have an example from one of their favorites, because every girl wants to be the favorite in the management.
Of
so
course.
if you're the favorite, you get all the great shit, like all the fucking marketing materials, everything. So, and then they use that girl, they'll pump up her numbers, say like, for this girl, we got her from $5,000 all the way to $80,000 in 1 month because we did this and that, and we could do it for you too. But if you don't have traffic or your own way of kind of getting those fans, like they're selling you a fucking dream, a fake ass dream. Like it's not real. They're not going to do it, and they're just going to take 50% of your money and not even reinvest it into you at all. So yeah, there's a lot of scammers out there, and a lot of the times you see people being both boyfriends and both managers at the same time. Like Jack Doherty is a great example. He's huge right now. And he's one of the dudes that has girlfriends do OnlyFans, and they push these girls to do the crazy shit that they don't always want to do. And it's disguised by money and fame, and we all kind of want recognition. I feel like the girls that kind of are attracted to this type of career are girls that want that type of attention. It may come from, troubled childhoods or some type of insecurity, but that's just kind of what I've picked up being in this industry for 8+ years. So I mean, I don't want to hate on because there's a lot of also girls that are very smart, very sane, like I mentioned my girls earlier, but I feel like the bad apples spoil the rest of the situation on Outlook. So yeah, there's a lot of scams that go on here, and it really worries me when I see these young girls wanting to join OnlyFans and join into this content creator world, and it's scary. Like, I've seen some shit. Like, doing this for so long, I've seen a lot of abusive material out there. I've seen a lot of men doing crazy shit to women out there. Like, it's scary. So when I have kids, oh my God, I am not letting them on any social media because it's freaking,
It's that crazy.
it's wild out there.
What's the weirdest request you've ever gotten on OnlyFans?
Oh my God. I've said this before, but someone wanted me to ship anything that came out of my body so he would live off of only that.
What?
Yeah.
How much did he offer to pay?
It was like 10,000. I don't remember if it was a week or a month. It was like 10,000 something. And I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm definitely not doing that. You're crazy. But there's just a lot of like mentally unstable people in this industry. And dealing with like constant sexualization over and over again, it fucks with your psyche. Like, it really does. So I urge females and other people getting into the OnlyFans industry to really, really look into it and really consider what your life can be. Like, yeah, you can make a lot of money and make a name for yourself. And there are the girls that go into OnlyFans, get popular on social media, and then get out and run it really well and be still very successful with the brands. But I've seen that a lot less than the girls that are stuck and can't get out of their specific niche. So like, if you're gonna make decisions on posting content showing your body, nude, sexual activity, whatever, like, you might get a lot of money at that moment and it feels great and you get recognition, it feels great, but like, make sure that's what you want to do for the rest of your life, because you will be put in a box. So
What is the easiest money request you've ever gotten?
Easiest money request?
Yes. Like, you just had to do the most simple thing and they just gave you a bag.
Oh my God, there's so there's so many, but like, the craziest.
So crazy how guys pay for this. What?
I had dudes like, I'm really big because of the swinging lifestyle and the cuck community.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of dudes that want me to watch them do crazy shit. Like, I won't have to be naked. I don't even have to say anything dirty, but they'll be like, oh, I want to like do this crazy thing to myself or put myself in lingerie and you just watch me. And I'm like, okay. And
What?
a couple $100 for that.
Have anyone ever offered you, be like, hey, I want you to have sex with me and here's some money?
Oh yeah, all the time. But
Whoa.
that's not what I do.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
The good thing about OnlyFans is like, you get to choose who you want to make content with for the most part. Like, you do have that say. So I would never just have sex for money with some random. I like to do what I do with the people I'm comfortable with, not just anyone. It's kind of the way I go.
So what's your POV on sex now? Since now you've done this so many times and have so much experience, how do you view when, let's just say, your future husband wants to be like, all right, let's get it on? Like, how do you
So I am like, it's very different. It's not what people think my brain is, because a lot of people think, because I was a swinger, that I need that lifestyle. Like, it's the complete 180. I'm so monogamous right now. And the sex I used to have was very like non-vanilla. And now I'm wanting vanilla sex. Like, I want it like chill, love making. Like, I crave regular type of relationships now. And I do have, I mean, I have some skills based on doing all that content, and the person who I'm with right now is enjoying those skills, of course. So like, we do have fun, but like, it's not as crazy as you think I would want things to be. Like, I want to be a regular girl now. Like, I'm getting off of OnlyFans in just over 30 days. By the end of the year, December 31st, we're quitting. Done. I'm not going back. So I don't want to be known for that crazy sexual girl that I put off 8 years ago. Like, that's almost a whole decade ago. People change, people go through things, go through therapy. It's not who I am anymore. So like, I feel like kind of like a regular girl again, but even with a little bit of a past. But
so with that being like experience, right? Like, how is that with dating then? So like, you know, like, you have so much experience and some guy just puts 10 minutes into you and then you're like, what?
Dating was so traumatic. Oh my God. Especially because like, I went from one extreme of being in an open relationship to now just wanting like kind of the traditional like relationship. I want a family. I want to be a mom. Like it's super tough because I get judged like crazy for my past. And unfortunately, all of it is online. Like everyone has a past.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, mine is recorded and put online. So it was traumatic. I've had a lot of people just use me for the novelty of it all. I have people that said that they can handle it and then dip 6 months down the line. It's been very traumatic, but I'm super happy that I found someone right now who, you know, understands that I have a past, but also sees a great future and sees the changes I've made and who I am as a woman today, as opposed to who I was a few years ago. Not a few years ago, it's almost 5. But yeah, no, it's been tough, but I'm just happy that I found someone great. So they're out there.
I want to get a little deep, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
with my background. When you hear the word, and I'm not saying it to you, but it's just, it's like I'm interested in this. When you hear the word whore, hoe, slut, what does that come to your mind now?
Oh, I hate it. Cause like I shame myself the most. You guys can say all the words to me. Like I've heard it all 100 times. Like that doesn't, it's like nothing to me, but I have that kind of internal shame about it. But you know what? It's part of my past and I can't change it.
Mhm.
And why should I like beat myself up? So it's a constant kind of struggle. Like I've been doing therapy. I started going to church too to kind of work on that feeling, kind of embrace different things outside of what you can kind of see right in front of you. So we're working on it, but it does hurt. Like I'm not gonna lie, especially because I don't resonate with what they see online. I don't resonate with all the swinger content I made. I'm like, I look at that and I'm like, was that me?
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I was in an abusive relationship, and a lot of the stuff I don't even remember doing because like your brain just kind of hides it away.
Mm-hmm.
It wants to protect you. So I look at this, I'm like, I don't even recognize myself. My friend Boosted, she sent me an old video of us in lingerie shooting for OnlyFans. And I'm like, I don't recognize myself. Like, who is that girl? That's
Wow.
not me. It's kind of a weird feeling, to be honest, but I just feel like I've changed so much from then.
How often does an OnlyFans model, let's just say, goes broke, making all this
All the
money?
time.
Really?
Oh my gosh. And this is something I'm working on with my boyfriend, is to kind of educate girls on investing, especially when things are hot and you're making so much money. Like put that aside, because in an instant it could all go away. And I kind of felt that way many times doing OnlyFans and doing social media. Like your Instagram can get deleted, your TikTok can get deleted. And if that's your mainstream to funnel people to your OnlyFans accounts, like you're going to be screwed. And the thing with social media, if you're not big enough, if you're not making enough waves throughout all the platforms, once your Instagram is deleted, you're forgotten about. To try to regrow and try to do the same thing that you did the first time, it's not going to be as easy. It might not even happen again. So I've been talking with friends who are actually tired of the industry. All the girls that kind of came up with me when I came up in the community are all looking for exit plans. So luckily my boyfriend, he works in finance, so we're going to be helping these girls kind of look into investing for their future, putting things aside, just a monthly something to put to the side into whatever plans we have is super, super important. Because with this, in a second, it could be gone. The wrong investment. And a lot of, oh my goodness, the one thing I noticed, a lot of these girls that come into this industry and make so much money, they think they can do whatever with it. And they see it coming in all the time. So they're investing in these stupid companies. All these people come after these girls. And unfortunately, a lot of them are not versed in business or investments or anything. They're like, oh, invest in this AI company that we're going to launch in a few years. And they'll throw thousands of dollars into this AI company that they think is going to be huge, and nothing ever happens.
Wow.
And that investment's gone. You're trying to text the person, hey, what's happened? It's gone.
Never existed yet.
Never existed.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, this new NFT, or you can make your own coin, like invest in this and that. You throw a shit ton of money thinking it's going to be huge, and it's gone. Because there's just so much scamming and so much shittiness in this industry that it is so easy to get duped and like lose a lot of your money. And a lot of the girls who start making all this money as an independent contractor, because that's what you are, a lot of these girls have 9-to-5s where their taxes were taken out of the paycheck, so they didn't really have to worry about it. But as an independent contractor, these girls don't know that they have to still pay taxes at the end of the year. So they'll throw crazy money at new cars or paying off their parents' debts and know at the end of the year that you have this huge bill you have to pay and they don't have the money to pay it.
That is nuts.
And it happens, and I've seen it happen. It's insane.
What's the craziest purchase you've ever made then?
Craziest
with
purchase?
Making that at your peak?
It wasn't like anything crazy. I bought my own house, but it was just a lot of just spending on designer. I love designer. I was finally buying the purses I wanted, the shoes I wanted, and honestly, my husband took most of the money. He was using it for crypto to kind of like say, oh, we're gonna like invest in crypto and make twice as much money, and the whole time he was just stealing it. So we were just hoping that the crypto was gonna be the big thing, but it was money here and there. And then, you know, I did get a lot of great experiences out of it also. I do value that more than like the craziest purchase I've made. So yeah.
What's your relationship with money then? Since making over $100,000, right, at your peak, how do you see money now? Does it bring value? Do you not care about it?
So at first I didn't care about it as much, but now I see like how quickly things can change. Like even just switching my brand up. I remember like I'm still on the platform right now, but just even like cleaning up my page, even though you mentioned it's still pretty sexy. Imagine what it used to be. It was like crazy, like bikini, lingerie photos, and even just like cleaning up my page instantly switched up my income.
So it's PG-13 now, rated R before. Okay.
So it's crazy, and now I make smarter choices with my money. I'm not just throwing it at stupid shit. I'm investing in my future and moving on to doing more golf content. So like it's different. There's going to be a shift with getting a stable $40,000 to $50,000 a month to like not having that anymore. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to really hold on to what I have left.
Right.
But I feel like also like for me to fully move on and get out of this, I need to just kind of stop and try to figure it out without that money coming in too. Like I could have rode that wave until it was completely dead and still have that funnel, but I'm like, I'm not gonna have a fire under my ass with money coming in for me to actually pursue something new. So that's why I'm doing a hard end by the end of the year, and we're gonna put the golf on the forefront.
Do you think Miami has a lot of sketchy people doing that underground stuff, like human trafficking? There's a lot of stuff here.
Oh yeah. I remember when I first moved to Miami, they all told me Miami's a sunny place for shady people. So there's scammers, there's all these modern day pimps, aka OnlyFans managers, doing the like just not caring. And there's so many new girls coming into this industry. They don't care if they're burning bridges with any of these girls. Like there's a new OnlyFans model, a new 18-year-old every freaking day that can go viral. And there's just like no respect for humans. And like in a regular business or regular company, there you have like an HR, you have regulation. People can't just act a fool. People can't just act like disrespectful. But in this industry, especially Miami, it's very content driven and very independent business like vibes that there's no accountability. So it's like a dog eat dog world here in Miami.
Jeez. Has anyone here in Miami specifically tried to lure you out of OnlyFans into something else?
Yeah, I mean, nothing negative. I once I like really saw the ends of this industry, I kind of knew who the type of people to stay away from. But I mean, they always think because like you're an OnlyFans model, you make a lot of money, you have all this like income to like invest in this and invest in that, and all these different companies, and AI is now on the rise. So I've had a bunch of people try to get me to invest in these companies. But every time I would get a contract, oh my God,
They're taking,
terrible.
yeah, they're taking like 40%, right?
It's absolutely terrible. Like, I was working on a contract with a team that wanted to work with me, and I already have an established following, so I'm obviously bringing something to the table. But when I first just started discussing the contract, they wanted to take 50% off the bat. I'm like, okay, you could take 50%, but I'm already making a certain amount per month. That should be my money. That's what I'm bringing in already. So you should not have access to that. And I feel like a lot of these people who are in like the social media sphere don't think the girls are smart, because a lot of them unfortunately aren't. They will sign contracts without even sending it to a lawyer. But me having lawyer friends, being married to a lawyer, I learned to use those connections and have people read my contracts, and it's absolutely terrible what they put in there.
Has there been, can you name drop or say a name, an athlete or a content creator that's reached out and wanted to do something with you?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, there has been in the past, not much recently. I mean, I've been collabing with Full Send a lot, and they've been kind of bringing me eyes from all these different athletes. We have some baseball players and some football players, but I'd rather not name names. But it's what they're offering is not really where I want to go with my content.
Right.
So I've been kind of very selective with what I'm working on and who I'm working with moving forward.
I like that though, because now you're pivoting more into the golf, right? And that's like kind of like what Sky Bree did when she left OnlyFans to start streaming and doing her own thing, right?
Yeah.
So like you have that liberty, but also too like you can. Why not? Why not?
Exactly.
Like, you got free will. If you want to, you can. Want to do a mukbang video of eating sushi? You can. Like seriously. But now since you did it with Full Send, how did that collaboration happen with Full Send? And who won?
So I got connected with Full Send through Bob Menery. He was posting on his page like, I need a golf girl in Miami. Who's a golf girl in Miami? I had 5 people send me his story. I reached out. We connected. He introduced me to the rest of the team, and the first video I did with them, I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Wow.
I didn't think I was going to be there, honestly. They had a video planned with 2 guys at Shell Bay, and Steiny was MIA. He got really drunk the night before. I mean, we were with him, so we saw him kind of like wander off with someone, and we never saw him again. Yeah, and me and Bob were on an all-nighter just doing stupid shit. So when it was almost time to wake up to play this golf thing, he was like, well, we don't know where Steiny is, so like, do you want to play in it? I'm like, sure. Even though I just did a whole all-nighter, I've never played golf on an all-nighter, but I was like, hammered, yeah. We were lit. And so going to play under those circumstances, I remember just going up to the driving range and the ball was just moving like this, and I'm shanking it left and right. But I used to be a college golfer, and when I get in the zone and it's competitive, I know how to kind of like regulate my body a little bit better. So I ended up smoking them on the first video. I was supposed to be on their team, but because they're like the boys, they wanted to keep the boys together, and I was just some random girl that just came with Bob. They're like, we're gonna give the random girl to the other team. Yeah. Not knowing that I was actually a pretty good golfer, and we smoked them, and the match was for $75,000. So my team won 75 from Bob, Kyle, and Salim.
What? Out of them, out of Bob, Kyle, and Salim, who's the better golfer?
It's so hard because they all shine in different moments. I mean, Bob, when his head is on right, he's really fucking good. Like he's a sniper when everything is lined up perfectly. If something's a little off, he could be a whole mess. And then Salim has the most drive, and he has like the most care. I feel like he really wants to do well in golf. So like when he also is in the right headspace, he could be dangerous, but he's a little bit newer to the sport, so he needs to practice a little bit more. And then Kyle, he comes in here and there and throws some darts, but I feel like Bob is probably the best, but Salim is right there next to him.
Oh, wow. So, it's all this, because everyone talks about Bob, that he's a loose cannon, whatever. I think he's actually cool, just being authentic, right? But with those interactions, playing with him in golf, and also to the night before that you were like having an all-nighter with him. How's that with Bob?
He's wild. And he just nonstop go, 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 go. Like he does not sit down. He's just pacing the whole time. And it's honestly very entertaining to watch. That's why like it was fun to hang out with him last year and going on these little adventures, because it's just kind of like a movie being played out in front of you. Because he's so well connected and he's so driven. So like seeing his like business deals come in front, it's like kind of funny to see and kind of cool to see how he manages to do it all. But he's a great guy, has a big heart. I just feel like he needs to work on some things, and it's all obvious what he needs to work on since he puts it all on the internet. But if he just gets like that under control, I think he would be a lot more successful and a lot more on a better path.
More a better path. So
Yeah.
now with having the experience with OnlyFans, I just want to ask this because it popped in my head. And having been divorced, do you think love is still real? Do you still believe in love?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm a hopeless romantic, but I do have a lot of like scars. Like deep down, I still believe it's true, but like I've been hurt so much through it all, like just different dudes and not even female relationships. It's just like it's hard to have hope in humankind, especially in today's society. Things like I feel like people have become a lot more selfish, like a lot more selfish. So I think it's possible, but everything has to just kind of line up in a way that you communicate well, you're comfortable with the person. It's not just like a feeling of love. Like it has to be like the full package in a way.
And you mentioned too that you did a lot of therapy too, right? What's something you learned about yourself then over the years? Now since you're more mature.
I was a big people pleaser. I just grew up being a people pleaser. And I'm always kind of worried about other people's feelings and kind of being too empathetic in a way to kind of understand and kind of put myself down over other people's feelings because of that empathy, if that makes sense. But through a lot of therapy, I learned boundaries and, even some more self-respect, even though it's like a stupid thing to say. And a lot of these girls who go on and do OnlyFans, like, oh, I do have self-respect. I respect myself enough to do this, blah, blah, blah. Like, yes and no. In my personal belief, I did lack some self-respect. So just kind of like understanding that I'm a good person and I'm worth being treated better and all this kind of built me up to expect more from people and kind of find better relationships and whatnot.
Let me ask you this then. 10 years forward, you have kids, they go to school. Someone brings up your past. How would you feel and how would that conversation look like?
Well, just with how things are going and moving in the direction of AI and how good that's.
Oh my, yeah.
I'm honestly gonna say that was AI.
Technically, yesterday I was with Kim K.
Yeah,
but who knows?
AI. It is all AI, and 10 years from now, like who's really gonna know what's AI and what's not?
Oh yeah.
And I'll be like, listen, I was a public figure. People use my body, use my images, and like that's how if that were to come up in that sense. But also, like I would like to teach my kids that everyone has a past and people can change and work on themselves. So like in private, I would probably talk to my kids about it. I wouldn't hide that aspect of me because it is a big part of my life. But just understand, like, teach them, like, people make mistakes, but learn from those mistakes. Like, learn from my mistakes. And I would just guide them in a way that's healthy for their age, depending on what age they find out about that. And just kind of see, I mean, no one really knows what they're going to, how they're going to handle a situation until they handle it. But I hope that with my partner, we can kind of navigate that together and be like, hey, it's something in the past, but that's not who I am now. And
so with having the experience with the swingers, I'm going to wind it down too, but with the swingers, with your ex-husband, what was your take with Adam 22 then? Letting his wife,
I don't think swinging relationships work. And it could be because my experience was so brutal and so bad that I think it's just not possible. I don't like get a good vibe from them at all. Like I was supposed to go on their podcast and film with them and all that, but there's something off there, and I don't get it. Even though I've been in that situation, and I don't want to speak on their relationship because everyone's different. Who knows what happens behind closed doors? What we push out to social media isn't always what's actually happening behind closed doors. Because when I was in that swinger lifestyle, I was doing question and A's every freaking day. Like, oh, this is the best thing ever. This is the best thing for my marriage. I'm so happy. And then the second I put that phone down, I'm like crying in bed, like so unhappy. So if they're truly, truly happy, and maybe that's just the way their brain works and it works for them, and kudos to you. But me personally, wouldn't think that that's right.
Who is a dream collaboration you would want to do in general? In anything.
In anything? Well, since now I'm like really in golf, I would love to collab with the good guys, and now girls, since they have a girls team. I really just want to prove myself in the golfing community, because a lot of people think that I have followers because I'm just a hot girl that can swing a golf club and it looks pretty decent. But like now I want to prove to everyone that I'm actually a really good golfer. So that's kind of my new goal, is to collab with as many golfers in my niche, good, the foreplay guys from Barstool, like all those people. That's just who I want to kind of collab with. They might be small or might be big, but anyone in my community, honestly, I'm open for any golf collabs. So yeah, I'm just excited for the new season of my life.
What, picking a partner out, is it now more financial status, looks, or what? Now at this point of your age, picking out your potential partner.
So when at first I wanted the full package. Everyone wants the full package, but I don't need the full package of looks, money, and all that. Like I just want someone to see my value, respect me. And honestly, when it comes to money, I want them to match how much I have or how much I make, because I was the person who was a breadwinner when I was dating my ex-husband, and that imbalance created a lot of issues. And I've dated other dudes who make a lot less money, and that also became a big insecurity. So I would, in terms of financial status around me or more, is kind of where I aim. And for looks is like the bottom of the whole thing, because the type of person I am, I fall in love with the personality and like who you are as a person. If you're a kind person, if you're a motivated person, and how you treat me. If you treat me like a princess, like that doesn't really matter to me as much. But like you got to be at least like I need to find you attractive in some way, but like there has to be, of course, attraction. But it's not, attraction for me has grown over time. It's not just like if you have abs or tall or blue eyes. It's not really just that. So
Patty, since I put you kind of in the hot seat for the past hour, I always like to tell the other person, I'm an open book. So any questions you have for me or want to put me on the hot seat just because I did to you, let it rip.
So what are your plans? Like, what are your 6 months plans since you just moved to Miami? Like, what do you want to accomplish here?
I want to be the best interviewer of all time.
Okay.
I say that with full faith. I say that to everyone. That's my number one thing. I wanted to be a TV host, but TV is dying, right?
Yeah.
So all these platforms growing, YouTube, whatever, but it's to be the main interviewer. I don't care if it's financial. I don't care if it's political. I don't care anything. I want to be the guy to be called up to do any types of interviews.
Hell yeah.
Because that's why I vision. I love having conversations. I don't care who it's on the other side. I just love having conversations.
I love that.
But within the 6 months, just make more connections, make more network, get more people coming in, and that's it. Just keep growing.
Hell yeah. That's amazing. I wish you luck with that.
No, yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the only question I have.
So at the end of the podcast, I always like to tell the guest, who would you want to see on your seat next that I can have a conversation with?
That's a good question. You need to get a streamer on.
A streamer?
You need someone that's like really into the streaming right now, because that is such a new thing that everyone's getting on to, and like kind of seeing the behind the scenes of being streamed 24/7 and how that kind of works would be kind of cool to learn about. So any big streamer, if you can get Jack Doherty on here, that'd be sick.
All right, Jack Doherty, you heard that? You got to be hopping on, Jack Doherty. But no, Patty, seriously, thank you for hopping on and taking this time here.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.